Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to learn a new poem 2.5 Atom. Atom means that is the season, name of one of the seasons, Atom. Just like we have the idea about the winter, summer, and monsoon. These are the main three seasons. So, one of the sub season that is means the atom. So, what changes do you see in nature in each of the following seasons? A few sentences are given below as examples. Use this and your own to describe the seasons appropriately. So, winter, summer, and monsoon. These are the seasons which come one after another. Winter. Suppose if you see the winter, you know very well winter is a healthy season. Whatever you eat, it can be digest in winter season. But monsoon means whatever you eat, it may not be digest for you. That is why you should have to take the light diet. But in winter, you may have the strong diet, so it can be digest. And summer it is a hot season. And that is why, so because we have to drink a lot of water, much water. So these are the seasons, primary knowledge for a winter. We see fog in the morning, winter season. So preliminary knowledge, about the winter season. We see fog in the morning. Fog means that dewdrops fall on the grass, and if you walk in the morning, that time it's twinkle while walking on the grass. And if the sun rises in the east, and that time when the rays of the sun falls on the grass, that time the dewdrops twinkles. And also night becomes longer and the day shorter. What is the speciality of the winter season? Night become longer and the day shorter. Number 3, in winter there may sometimes hails and snow in some places. Snow falls in the northern part of India. Snow falls while in the winter season. And number 4, winter season, what do we see? The humidity level in the air decreases. The humidity level in the air decreases in the winter season. So this is the winter season. These are the features of the winter season. And as you know, all of us about the winter season. And I think most of the guys love the winter season. Most of the students love the winter season, because in the winter season we have a healthy food, healthy diet, and it can be digest, and also means we can become a strong if you do the exercise in the winter season. So these are the things about the winter season. After the winter season there will be the summer. Summer season means we know there is a heat of the sun, and migratory birds return. Migratory means migration birds return. Migration means move from one place to another place. Migratory birds means the foreign birds come to India in the winter season, and when it begins the summer, then they return to their home area. The sun shines brighter than before. Sun shines brighter, as you know, all of us, that the sun shines brighter in the the summer day. Summer days are very hot, and in the summer season many trees blossoms, flowers, it can be seen with flowers. And in the winter season, humidity in the air decreases. Humidity in the air decreases. There is no moisture. There is no moisture in the air because of the heat of the sun in the summer season. Monsoon. After the summer season, there is a monsoon. Monsoon means the rainy season. Monsoon means the rainy season. New grass sprouts. New grass sprouts. When the the first rain comes on the ground, that time, and the new grass sprouts in the monsoon. And automatically, if there is no rain, but if there is atmosphere such like a monsoon, that time the new grass sprouts comes out from the ground, and tender leaves shoot out on points and trees. Tender leaves means small leaves. It can be seen on the trees in the monsoon. That is the specialization of the monsoon. That is the features of the monsoon. And there are sudden showers and hailstorm in the monsoon. Sometimes it can be seen the showers and the hailstones. Hailstones, the stones means the hailstones, small pieces of the stone. It can be seen. It can be come from the clouds in the monsoon, and there is the fresh smell of wet earth. When in the beginning of the monsoon, if there is a rain, and if you are in the free area, in the space, that can be feel the smell of wet earth. That is the specialization of the monsoon. So this is the information about the season. This is the information about the winter, summer, and monsoon. Primarily information. And as you know, all of us about these features and about this, that is the specialization of the monsoon, winter, summer, and monsoon. So today we are going to learn about the atom. Atom means Vasant Rutu. Atom means the Sharad Rutu. The atom comes maiden fair in slenderness and grace, with nodding rice steams in her hair, and like lilies in her face. In flowers of grasses she is clad, and as she moves along, birds greet her with their cooling glad, like a bracelet's tinkling song. Atom, Sharad Rutu. It is called Sharad Rutu. Atom. Why is atom called a maiden fair? The atom comes a maiden fair. Maiden means that unmarried girl. Maiden fair means unmarried girl. The poet says that the season atom arrives like a slender fair. Slender fair. How does the atom come? Like a maiden fair, like a unmarried girl, like a slender fair, and graceful maiden. Maiden means unmarried girl. Maiden. Graceful maiden, and she has saving rice stems in her hair. What is the scene here? The atom comes like a maiden fair. The atom comes like a slender fair. Unmarried girl, like an unmarried girl, like a maiden fair, and grace, and a graceful maiden, She has always saving rice stem. She has always saving rice stems in her hair. How does she come? With a saving rice stem in her hair. What is the, here is the metaphor. Here is the metaphor, figure of speech. That is that atom is compared with a maiden girl. with nodding rice stems in her hair and lilies in her face. In lilies in her face, and lilies in her face. How does the atom comes? The atom season comes, or atom season arrives like a slenderness, like a slender fair and graceful maiden, and she has saving a rice stem in her hair and lilies in her face, that is the atom. That is that atom is compared with a maiden girl. How does the atom comes? Atom season comes. The atom season arrives or comes like a slender, fair and graceful maiden, and that graceful maiden saving rice stems in her hair and lilies in her face, lilies in her head. Lilies means one type of flower, and in flowers of grasses she is clad, and as she moves along, birds greet her with their cooing glad like a bracelet's tinkling song. And I know lilies in her face, that maiden girl comes with a graceful and lilies in her face, and she is dressed in the flowers of grasses. That maiden girl dressed in the flowers of grasses. Flowers of grasses, she is clad. She is clad means she is dressed with the flower of grasses. As she moves along, birds greets. As she moves along, and when who comes to greet? The birds greet her gladly. Birds greet her with their cooing glad. Birds greet her gladly with their cooing. And and the cooing sound like the twinkling song of a bracelet. When the maiden girl, means when the atom comes, and atom season is compared with a maiden girl with a graceful, she is saving rice stem in her hair, and lilies in her face, lilies in her head, and she is dressed in the flowers of grasses. And as she moves along, birds greets her gladly with their cooing, with their sound, with their with their sounds, and the cooing sound like the tinkling song of bracelets. The birds are greeting to the graceful maiden. And how does they greet? With making the sound cooing, and the cooing sound is like a tinkling song of bracelet. Do you understand what is the explanation of this first stanza? The poet says that the season atoms arrives like a slender girl, like a slender fair and graceful maiden, and she is saving rice stems in her head, in her hair, and lilies in her face, and she is dressed in the flower of grasses, as she moves along, the birds comes and greet with making sound cooing, and the cooing sound is like a twinkling song of a bracelet. Okay, so this is the first stanza. Let us stop here, and next stanza we will continue.